Hello friends, and thank you so much for joining me today. For today's class, what we're gonna do is a shoulder mobility class. So we're gonna work on a few exercises to kind of soften and release any tension on the shoulders. So this is gonna be helpful if you work on a desk. I'm sure that you're gonna enjoy this. So what you're gonna need is a block, or also a thick book will do, and a strap, a belt, a dressing gown belt, something like this will do. So let's get started. So go ahead and grab your block, and the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start exploring our range of motion, and we're gonna give a little bit more of mobility into our shoulders. So grab your block, and the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna start bringing the block towards the chest. We're gonna press very gently through the palms, and we're gonna start moving the block forwards. Keep pressing, keep hugging those arms, keep pressing through the palms. One more like this. And straighten both of the arms. We're gonna try and find a neutral position on the spine. So if you feel yourself like you are back bending, or if you have a slightly back bend, just try and find a neutral position here. One more like this. Keep pressing through the palms. I promise this is the last time in this one. So go ahead and straighten both of the arms. From here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start bringing the block to the ceiling. Think about the neutral spine. Keep pressing through the hands. And release. We're gonna bring it up. Keep pressing through the palms. Make yourself longer here. Remember the spine neutral. And release. One more. Maybe you can use the breath also to help you here. Inhale and exhale. And go ahead and release. This is already challenging. So maybe we're just gonna kind of move our shoulders back a couple of times and forward a couple of times. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do the same, but we're gonna try and go a little bit back this time. So we're gonna try and find a little bit more of a space on the back of the shoulders. So exactly the same. We're gonna do 3 times. So we're gonna start from the chest, straighten both of the arms. Now bring the block towards the ceiling, and can you find more space on the back of the shoulders? And that is one. One more like this. Make your sideways long. Squeeze your shoulder blades here. And one more. Keep pressing through the palms. And come back to center. Wow. I already start feeling my shoulders here. Right, so if sitting on your heels, I should have mentioned this before, but if sitting in your heels is uncomfortable, maybe you want to kind of release the legs a little bit and find maybe a comfortable seat. But if you can, this will be the ultimate sitting. So now what we're going to do is keep playing with the block. We're going to place it on our right hand, and we're gonna think about that we are waitresses, we are a waiter, we are serving some very nice food, so we're gonna try not to drop that food. So just for starters, again, think about a neutral spine, a neutral tailbone position. Bring your elbows towards your waist. And from here, we're going to start opening. Think about a fruit platter, for example, to the right and to center, to the right. Think about the rotation from the shoulder here. You can actually feel it. So if you place a couple of fingers here, you can start feeling that rotation. You also might find kind of a little bit of movement through this section. One more time like this. And we're going to change hands. So the same, now we're changing the foot platter to our left hand. So your elbows close to your waistline. Keep the neutral position. And open to a side. And close. To the side. Close. To the side. And close. One more like this. And close. Come back to center. Now we're going to start complicating things a little bit, and we're going to start finding the full range of motion from the shoulders. So grab your block as we were doing at the beginning, and I'm going to try not to drop it myself because it's quite challenging. So bring your elbows towards your waist. And what we're going to do now is we're going to do the same as we did before. So we're going to open it to the side. Now we're gonna start externally rotating, and obviously as well internally rotating here the forearm. We're gonna keep that foot platter nice and straight. And then this is the most challenging part. Try not to grab it. Try not to grab it, and here we go. You can obviously move a little bit your body there to make that space. So we're gonna do one more time, maybe. Let's give another go. So open to the side. Start externally rotating here. Now we're gonna start internally rotating, so palms and the foot platter looking upwards. You can start seeing how the arm and the shoulder internally rotating here. Now the most difficult part is how we make a space for this. And here we go. We're gonna do the same with the other one. It's definitely challenging. So try not to grab the block if you can, because that's gonna give you that kind of mobility that we want. So go ahead and open towards the left. Start externally rotating. Internally rotating here. Palms to the ceiling. Once we're there, can you make the space? There we go. One more like this. Open. Start bringing your block to your next to the head. And internally rotating here. Drive through the shoulder. Can we make it if I don't drop it? There we go. So that is the other exercise. So obviously you can practice this whenever you need. So if you want a couple of more rounds to do by yourself, feel free to do so. We're going to move now into a belt. So just place your block to a side, and we're going to get our belt. What I want you to do from here is we're going to start releasing again a little bit of that pressure. So find a, let's say, a length here that feels comfortable, but your arms must be straight. So wherever you are, find that both of the arms should be straight. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to start bringing our belt. First of all, next to the head, to the ceiling. Now we're going to start bringing the belt to the back. Here. There we go. See if you can make more space. Forward. If this feels easy for you, what you can always do is bring your hands closer together. And obviously closer together is going to be a bit more difficult. So just make sure that always your arms though are straight. That's the aim. But again, just play in a safe but still challenging place, I will say. So we're going to do one more like this. Very good, and release. Maybe just bring your shoulders a little bit backwards, a little bit forwards. I'm gonna take this one more time. One more time. So if again sitting gets uncomfortable, just stand up. Maybe tap your foot a little bit. It also happens. And here we go. So round two, we're gonna do the same, and then we're gonna just start releasing any tension that we have left. So again, find that spot, find the sweet spot here, and bring it to the back, bring it to the front, bring it to the back. Mind your plants, furniture. Bring it to the front. One more time like this. And go ahead and release. So move your belt to a side. And we're gonna come to our bellies here. So come to our belly. Oh, and indeed feels good here. And what we're going to do, we are going to release a little bit of the tension. So I'm just gonna move actually so you can see me a bit better, specifically the arms. So from here, I want you to first of all strengthen the left arm here and see if you can walk it towards your right side corner of the mat. So left, walk to the right side corner of the mat. Now bring your right arm into straight line in front of you here. And now if you can, start walking the right hand to the left corner here of your mat. So you should find yourself in this kind of twisted in kind of this twisted position, if you will. And go ahead and of course rest your head. So you might want to rest your head, maybe, you know, whatever makes any contact with your body. Maybe it's your cheek with your forearm. Just go ahead and drop your head there. You should find a nice stretch here in both of your shoulders. Keep breathing here. Very gently start unwinding what we're just done, and we're going to do the same, but obviously the opposite. So this time your right hand is gonna find the left corner of the mat, and now is your left hand finds the right corner. So we're just changing the position of the arms basically. Again, go ahead and find a little bit of that softness if you can. Maybe your head rest on your left arm. Keep breathing here. Find a nice stretch. Very good. Very gently start unwinding what we just done. And we're gonna take one more shoulder stretch. And I want you to move a little bit towards the left side of your mat, so the left edge of your mat. Go ahead and straighten the right arm here outside the mat. Now, very gently, start leaning onto your right shoulder. So start kind of changing the weight. So from your belly to the right side of your body. Two things here. Bring the left hand onto the floor to kind of give you that support. Also, can you bring the left leg to the back here of your right leg? And you're gonna start feeling a nice stretch here through the right shoulder. So see what you feel. Maybe you wanna bring a little bit more of weight, or maybe you're good where you are. And obviously here you're gonna play with your own body weight. So see what feels good for you. Keep breathing here. Of course, place the hand on the mat if you haven't done yet. Very gently. Come back to center. That's a wonderful stretch. Go ahead and kind of move yourself to the right edge of the mat now. I'm gonna do the same. So go ahead and straighten the left shoulder. Sorry, the left arm. From here, we're gonna start changing the weight. So make sure that you place the left shoulder on the mat. Maybe this time place your ear as well. We're gonna start changing. So remember, the right hand now is on the mat. I'm gonna try and be mindful with the microphone, but now starting to kind of bring the right leg to play here. So the right leg, the back of the left leg. Go ahead and drop your head if you can. Find a nice stretch on the left shoulder. Keep breathing here. Very gently make your way back to your belly. And we're gonna take the last pose of today just to kind of stretch a little bit, press away, and find your child's pose. So bring the toes together, start sitting on your heels. Go ahead and drop your head onto the mat. And use this moment again to find a little bit more of length on the shoulders. Couple of breaths here. Very gently start walking your hands until you find yourself in a seated position. Go ahead and find yourself into a sit. And I hope you feel a little bit more lighter, a little bit less tighter on your shoulders. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you